You know what? Glass it is. Hi, and welcome to Rudy's Movie Review, San Antonio's unofficial movie critic. And today, guys, I'm finally going to do my review for Glass. Yes, Glass. The latest M. Night Shyamalan film starring our favorites of Mr. Bruce Willis, Samuel Jackson, and James McAvoy. So let's go ahead and get started on Glass. Now, what's Glass about? Security guard David Dunn uses his supernatural abilities to track Kevin Whelan Crumb, a disturbed young man who has 24 personalities. Now, for those who don't know, I'm sure you do, but this is the third film in the Unbreakable trilogy. And first off, I love Split. Split was an amazing film, a complete surprise, and I did not see the twist at the end coming. But James McAvoy was amazing in that film, and he's amazing in this film, in Glass. For an actor to go within a second to go from one character to another convincingly, James McAvoy was amazing in this film, so he steals the show in my opinion. Now, as far as Glass, I did have some expectations. Split was such a great movie, and we know the abilities of the Beast and James McAvoy's character, and we knew there was going to be some sort of confrontation between him and Mr. Dunn. So I had a lot of ideas in my head. I knew M. Night Shyamalan was trying to tell a realistic comic book movie, and I was curious to see what he would do. And I saw it twice, and after my second showing, it was okay. Now, what made it okay? I guess the film didn't live up to my expectations, and I'm being completely honest with everybody. It's a beautifully shot film as far as directing, storyboarding, sequencing. It's a beautifully made film. It's just, it starts off at such a high note, and then the rest of the film is just dialogue in waiting room areas and just discussing topics about superheroes. And I was like, okay, this is going to turn into something else. There's a payoff at the end. And truthfully, it never came. The film really centers around Sarah Paulson's character trying to convince these three super beings that really this is all in their head. They're not really superheroes. It was all just random coincidences that led them to believe they were superheroes. And I get that that's an interesting twist. I was hoping they would play more on that. And the film does have a conclusion at the end that's somewhat lackluster. If I can say that, lackluster. Who's the last time you heard that word? Lackluster. There's a confrontation at the end that gets muddied with some exposition of where Sarah Paulson's character comes from and what her motives were. And I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but she discloses who she is and what her whole plan was. And I'm like, what? Come on!
I hate you!
Oh, I have so many questions after seeing it. Second time, it didn't answer any questions for me, and I can't recommend this film. And I was really disappointed how Bruce Willis's character was handled at the end. He's more or less the protagonist we've cared about since 2000 with Unbreakable, and how they handle him in this film was really not satisfying. He's left as a third character, not secondary, but a third character in the background. He doesn't really say much or do anything, and how his character, where he ends up at the end, is kind of heartbreaking. It's like, really? That's it? That's all you're gonna do? So this film, I found it even more boring the second time watching it. I can't recommend it. As far as my rating for Glass, guys, I'm going to give it a 65 out of 100. Again, it's got moments of brilliance in it, but overall, the dialogue is so dragged out, it really doesn't satisfy you as a movie viewer walking in expecting a certain level of storytelling. So that's my review for Glass, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you for watching. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to subscribe or check out my 8th grade review? Subscribe or 8th grade? Wonder what you can pick.